Hello and welcome to Give and Take, the positives in life. And today's topic is called I Promise. And we have a wonderful guest who will introduce himself. So welcome.
Thank you so much. You know what I like best about your program? Of course, besides the host.
Thank you.
It is the topic. Give and take positives. And I am sincerely, I believe that just if people start taking positives, giving positives,
Sure.
all the problems of the world will go.
Exactly. So if
Thank
you'd just
you,
like to
Vansi.
give the viewers your name.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am Dilip Roy. I actually stay in India, and in summers I come to US,
Lovely.
and I am a civil engineer. And after a long service period of about 35 years in a very big company, I felt that there is something missing in my knowledge. And then, of course, by search, I thought there are great knowledge sources available in the world, so why not take it up? And then I started my journey.
Wonderful. And so your journey started where?
Precisely 2005.
Okay, 2005.
I actually was in the habit of reading all kinds of books, and particularly the incongruences in the religions. One thing that tormented me all the time was that why should religions fight among themselves?
That's right.
And that probably, took the interest away from the religions, and I started for looking farther and farther.
Okay.
And I really got it. And then I could see, I could explain all religions, and I could see there are meeting grounds, but then lest people don't accept those things. I think days are going to come when people will realize this.
Sure, they will realize it, that is why we're fighting.
Yeah.
Because we are all are one together, and we should get along because we're brothers and
Get
sisters.
along, yeah.
Exactly. Yes, lovely. So I want you to talk about this wonderful book that I had the opportunity and pleasure to read. And there's so many great ideas in here. And what really caught my attention was, and that's why the topic of the show is called I Promise, because it was named after the book. And in the beginning, there is something that you call the 10 gems, I promise. Yeah. And right away, what came to me was the 10 commandments. Yeah. And so I want you to go through your 10 gems of I promise and why you put them there.
You know, this book was written during the winters of 2013 when I was in US, and there was a shooting incident by an 11-year-old child.
Yes.
To his school.
Right.
And then I saw where the children are going. And then I started observing them, and I found that basically they are not getting the good guidance. They are being forced into competition.
Sure.
They are being forced into achievements in life. And then every other thing is lost. Humanity is lost.
Right.
And then I thought, why not write with the ideas that I have? And I could see that it's only the spirituality that can take them, guide them to a nice living.
Sure.
And the 10 commandments, as you say, 10 promises.
Yeah, the 10 promises
are that very simple. These relate to our original innate qualities of who we are.
Right.
And they start with, I shall never get angry, I shall always be loveful, and a whole list of that. And I sincerely hope people see this and they start taking these promises themselves.
Right, right.
And it's only because, let me ask you one question.
Sure.
Do we know who we are as a species, not as our profession, not as our anything else?
Because these are roles that we play.
No.
No, as a profession,
As
those are roles that we play.
the living species,
Right.
what are we called? We are human
Beings.
beings.
Yes.
Good. But people normally behave as humans, not beings.
Wow, wow.
They don't understand there are two parts to it.
There is.
One is humans, one is beings.
Okay.
And basically we are beings. And you will find every animal, like a lion will never behave like a dog, or a cat will never behave like an elephant.
Unless they're taught to
But
do that.
human beings do all kinds of things.
Right, right.
And why is it? They don't identify with their true qualities, their beings, because they forgot who they are, the being part of it.
Right.
And once you have, an idea of how to go, and I have listed out here that you have to actually take interest in yourself to learn all this.
Yes.
The basic message is first start taking interest on yourself and develop yourself, know about yourself. Forget about what the world thinks about you.
That's right.
You are unsuccessful, you have not done this, or you must compete, or you have not achieved this. Forget.
Yes.
Just look inwards, don't look outwards. Don't form opinion about yourself on the basis of what others say about
That's
you.
right. That's right.
You know you are inside who you are. And that can actually happen when you learn about yourself.
That's right.
So I should say that once you read the book, you must understand that any actions at first, at the beginning, you should understand that you are responsible, of course, for whatever actions you are taking,
That's
whatever
right.
words you are speaking, you are responsible. But also whatever is happening to you from outside, you are responsible for that.
See, people find that hard when you share that you're also responsible for what's happening in front of you or
Yeah.
to you. And so how would you make somebody understand that?
Just if you relate to your actions right from childhood. Supposing a child should be told that, well, as you get up early because there's a school for you and you have to get ready for that, and the child doesn't want to get up from the bed. And then when he does grudgingly, and you should tell him or her that, well, if you don't like, you don't, but once you accept to go to school, it's you who has agreed to go to school. Don't blame mama or papa, mama or daddy.
That's a great example.
And when you grow up, you think you like painting, you will paint. Your daddy says, no, you be a mechanic or be a guitar player or something like that. And you, because you respect your father, because you think he will feel sorry if I don't obey him, so you take up the other profession. And then lifelong you grudge that I have not been given the opportunity to go to the stream of my liking. Don't do that ever. Your life will be tormented, your life will be miserable. You just think this is my responsibility, no longer daddy's or mommy's.
That's right.
Because even if I have done it, even if I have listened to him, that's only because I know they are elder than me, they know better about me, or else if I didn't take this, probably they would be sorry. So I don't want to give them sorrow.
Right.
So I took this. And then on, you are
That's
responsible.
True, that's true. And so in the long run, there's sorrow. You may not have given them sorrow, but you've given yourself sorrow.
Yeah.
And so that's not a good
That's
thing.
why you are responsible for everything. Once you take that, then you start working out why I take up something and then feel bad about it. Now, there are other chapters in the book which says that you should do everything, not only accept what your daddy said, you have to do everything with great joy.
Yeah.
Why? Because I said at the beginning, you are a being, and in that case you must know what are the qualities of a being. and it's little bit of a spirituality which explains what is a being. That may be another subject. And I said, you should actually go ahead and start learning about yourself. Forget about the world, and go ahead and learn about yourself. If you are a being, you know, you have certain innate qualities in you. Innate, it's inherent. It's only that it has been covered with dirt and mud along the way.
Right.
Innate qualities are happiness, peace, love, bliss, power, and purity and knowledge.
Right.
And your responsibility is again acquiring the knowledge, or else go and suffer in the world.
Right.
You acquire knowledge, and the knowledge is that if I have this inside us, why do I get angry? Why do I get sad? Why do I behave wrongly with people? It's only because I have acquired this bad qualities along the journey. And once you know that I have to constantly try and get rid of this, by experimenting, you first have to get convinced that this is what. Then you experiment with, in a situation, supposing somebody insults you greatly,
Right.
that you have, behaves very badly with you. You never feel sorry only because two things. One is that I deserved it possibly. Number two, it's his business, whatever he says.
Like that is his business.
I don't buy that. I don't take that.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't buy that.
That's right.
I know, I'm very confident about myself.
Excellent.
Okay, he says. And then, as I said, since your innate quality is love also, out of the 7 qualities,
Right.
you cannot go beyond love. Your job is only to love everyone, whatever. I mean, you should see that, you should feel that they are unfortunately like that. You are not like that.
That's right.
So you have to be within your basic
Good
qualities.
point. Good point. Very good point.
And I know that it's not going to be easy to all the time being on that. Somebody hits you at the back of your car and you are calm and quiet. It's a little difficult at times, but it happens.
Yes.
But you have to get back. You have to, by force, you have to get back. You have to remind yourself, I am that. So and by practice, it will be your nature. And once you have those inbuilt qualities in your nature,
Right.
you are through. People will start liking you, and you don't need to impress anyone.
Nobody.
You don't need to compete with anyone.
That's right.
You need to go ahead of anyone. You are happy in your journey, and I can
like that.
guarantee
Happy
you will
in
be
the journey.
successful. I can guarantee you will be successful in any venture. And of course, it's the yardsticks of success are actually decided by the world. Forget it. You should have your own scale of success.
That's
if
right.
you are happy and blissful and connected to the power source, I'll come to that part, connecting to the power source, then you will see you get everything. And that's also a guarantee. You get everything.
Yes, we were having that discussion.
Yeah.
That once you have that powerful source of connection,
yeah.
that whatever you need, you will be able to get. You don't have to worry about anything or have to do anything extra to get that, whatever it is that you need.
You need, yeah.
Yes.
And basically, you know what, a practical example. Supposing someone is the son of the American president. Does he have to think of things? Does he have to bother about getting things done or things? No, because his father is the president of the US. Similarly, you must know, as I said, you are a being, you are not only human. The word human comes from humus, which means soil. So this body is soil.
Interesting.
You are a being which is inside, which if it goes out, you are just lying dead. So that being is you. And once you are a body and a soul, then you have had a father and a mother for your body, but since your soul is entirely different than your body, you must be having a father of your soul too, because they are two different things. And once you know who is your father, who is your soul's father, then you are through. He's bigger than the president of US. So you are through.
Right.
So you have to do two things: understand and know yourself, and try to, develop yourself.
Right.
And number two, know your father, who is all powerful, almighty. Just look up to him. When you were a child, if you wanted a notebook, if you wanted a pencil, you wanted a chocolate, what do?
Go to my dad.
Ask your dad.
Yes.
And as you grow up, you feel, you just cannot tell your dad about all this.
Right.
So what you do is, at this stage, you know your real dad, and just think and say, Dad, Father, I want this. Father, I want this. And that communication doesn't need sound. It's only thing.
Right.
So in my book,
Like that communication doesn't need sound. Like that.
in my book, I have said, your greatest power is your mind. Your mind can create things, and if you don't train your mind, it goes on anyway creating things, but those are negative things.
The voices.
Yeah, voices.
Yes.
So you really need to know, as I said, you empower yourself.
That's right.
And if you take care of yourself, love yourself, that's very important. Unless you love yourself, why are you going to take care of yourself? In this world, we take care of people whom we love. Very simple. We take care of people whom we love. So if you are not going to love yourself the way you are today, whatever you do, whatever is your income, whatever is your status, if you love yourself, then only you will take care of yourself. Then only you start learning about yourself. And that is primary. And I said once again, forget the world.
That's right.
Only take care of yourself. Have an interest in yourself.
Right.
Develop an interest in yourself and learn things. And then you will be through. You will go way above others. You don't have to compete to anyone. You don't have to compare with anyone. So that's all about this book.
Excellent, excellent. If you don't mind, I would like to read the 10 promises. The 10 gems, I promise. Gems, I like that.
Gems.
So number 1 is, promise I shall never be angry. Number 2 is, I shall always be and remain happy. Number 3, I shall never be jealous or greedy. Number 4, I shall always be loveful. Number 5, I shall never consciously notice others' faults. Number 6, I shall accept everyone as he or she is. Number 7, I shall never hurt anyone, neither get hurt or feel sad by anyone's behavior. I understand it is my choice how I want to feel in any situation, at anyone's words or behavior. Number 8, I shall never be in competition with anyone. Instead, I shall only focus on me and my performance, maintaining all the time loveful and respectful attitude to all others. Number 9, I shall never judge anyone's behavior, manners, dress, habits, etc. Everyone is free to be themselves. And number 10, I shall never allow situations or happenings, however big they are, to disturb my peace of mind.
Yeah.
What 10 beautiful gems they are.
Yes.
So what made you come up with these 10 gems?
We learn in spirituality that your innate qualities are there, and it's really amazed me when I learned this, that supposing your teacher is very rude to you and you don't agree to something, but your teacher insists you do this. Well, it may be a situation that you have to do this, but don't grudge. You have to be loveful to the teacher also, because
that's true.
simple because you are innately loveful. You cannot behave otherwise. You cannot behave otherwise.
Right.
Practice and practice, and ultimately you will know that you will not behave otherwise.
Right.
So those are the qualities. There are big situations in the world. In today's world, there are absolutely big situations happening everywhere. But once you practice, I tell you, sister, it's not so difficult as it sounds.
Right.
You are in a traffic red light, somebody bumps you from the behind, and you're smiling. I had this in store for me for today. And you are not in grudge towards the person in the back. You actually are loveful. This must have been something going on in his mind. He is tormented, probably he is in some kind of anxiety. So this is apparently seems very difficult. But I tell you, this is what empowers you. And you feel at a later time, you feel so good.
You do.
And the biggest benefit is, you see today, even the children suffering for all kinds of diseases. Today, doctors say 90% of your disease is out of your mind, psychosomatic, as they say. And if you practice the 7 qualities, I can guarantee you are not going to have blood pressure ever, not going to have diabetes ever, you're not going to have asthma ever, and scores of other diseases you will never have. You will never have. You will be always healthy. That is a bit of a spiritual education. I can tell you, if you, the soul, is healthy, the body is automatically healthy.
Right.
So these are the things which are to be learned, not things from the world that wrongly tell you, you do this, then you will be successful. You have to do this, you have to go ahead of that person, you have to achieve this. So I actually want them to weigh the pluses and minuses of all these knowledges.
Excellent.
And then you go ahead. But first and foremost, you have to take care of yourself. You have to love yourself. That's the basic thing.
Love yourself,
then only you
start
can
with
have
yourself.
this knowledge.
Right. You know, I just want to address, because you had said sister, and so we both practice something called Raj Yoga meditation, and Brahma Kumaris are the facilitator of Raj Yoga meditation. And so we call each other brothers and sisters. And so you're my brother, and I'm your sister. So I just wanted to make that clear, because some viewers might say, brother, sister, I don't know. They look
this is very nice.
And it is a lovely thing.
Sister, if mine and yours father are the same, are we not brothers and sisters?
Absolutely.
Whole of the world has one father, and that's God.
That's right.
And we are all brothers and sisters.
And we're all brothers and sisters.
And if you realize this, then all the quarrels in the world, all the divisions in the world disappear. And it's said, it's very practical. In the families, there are 4 sons, and they're living together, not much of a problem. When the father dies, the fighting starts. Today, we forgot our father. And that is the reason we are fighting among themselves. Some people call my father is this, some people call my father is this. And why can't we understand that our father is the same?
That's it.
And then start learning why are we different? And then you get the real knowledge.
Exactly, very nice. And you know, the time is already going along very quickly, which is great. So we're having a great conversation. And so is there any last things you would like to say to the viewers, to just, because this has been very, very rich and very full of information, some very, very good methods in there. So anything that you would like to, wind down with in far as telling the viewers?
The first thing is that don't ever think inferior about you. There shouldn't be any inferiority inside you. Get that out.
That's right.
And you always think you are the best the way you are. Whatever you do, wherever you live, whoever is your father, you are the best. And then on you start doing. Once you love yourself, then start acquiring knowledge. Once you acquire knowledge, practice it.
Right.
And I tell you, this is the time in whole of the journey of life that someone teaches you this. You have not heard all these words earlier, I'm sure.
Right.
this is the time when there's an opportunity to learn. And if you let this go by, you are doing a foolish thing.
Right.
So you start like this today and start enjoying life.
That's
life is there
right.
for enjoyment, not for suffering.
No.
So I think that is that. It's very simple.
It's very
because
simple.
it has to cater to everyone,
Exactly.
whether he has studied only up to class 2 or whether is a very big scientist in the world. It is true for everyone.
That's right.
And that will take you to the highest level of your humanity.
That's right. And so we make things difficult for ourselves
Yeah.
when it really is that easy. I know it sounds easy for us to sit here and say that,
Yeah.
but if we really take time to be with the self and just, really just go deep within and explore some of the things that you said, then we will see that it's true, that things are not as hard as we make it to be.
And that brings me to another point, that, well, you may feel, little weak in practicing this, but don't forget the powerhouse.
Right.
If you, obviously, you are going to connect to the powerhouse, your mobile you have to charge every day.
Right.
So, along the way of your life, you are going to be discharged because of a lot of things around the world.
That's right.
So, every day make it a practice to connect to the powerhouse, that's God.
Right.
And it's very easy. I tell you, you don't know God, what is He, how is He. Forget about this.
Yes.
You have to concentrate that I am a soul. Concentrate here, because actually you live in this body, in this place. Concentrate here.
Right.
And remember, oh my Father, today I met with an accident. It was not my fault. Somebody hit me from behind. Forgive him. I'll take care next time. Thank you, Father.
And
That's all, very simple.
How lovely. I love that.
Powerhouse.
Powerhouse.
Empower yourself.
So, Brother Dilip, I'm so glad that I met you and that you showed me this great book, and there will be information and people will be able to get in touch with you via your email to find out about the book. But it's very practical and it has some great methods in there for young people and anyone of any age. And if they just read it and begin to become that, then they will find things a lot easier. And I'm really glad that I met you at Peace in the Park this past Friday in Central Park.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to end the show now. And so thank you. Your level of consciousness is the gateway to your future. Thank you.